So this is my brand new 18-inch Patton high velocity fan. Got it on Amazon, and this is the last generation. And they actually made improvements on this over that one that I got in 2010. There's a lot of improvements. So, going to start it up on low. This has a 1.25 amp PSC motor. It's not loud at all. Medium. And high. Alright, so there's this one. I really like the fact that they use clips on here instead of screws. And, because that one just has a bunch of little screws and they're kind of crappy. Alright, now we'll go to the first one, and then we'll go up as the video goes along to the newer ones. I want to see what this draws coming up to high speed, so let me do that real quick. And here is the oldest one from the 1950s. You can see it's got the signature Patton triangular stand. All the Made in USA ones have that triangular stand, as you can see. My U220 Industrial also has a triangular stand. So this one's just got a 2-prong plug on it. And it has a 3.2 amp General Electric shaded pull motor. Let me get a view of the back. There you go. Single bearing, which GE has done a lot, especially on their own box fans. And it's 3-speed. There's a speed coil in that switch box right there. So this thing is very well built, very powerful. Going to start it up on a high speed, and here we go. Oops. It's really not loud at all, and it's extremely powerful. Medium. And low. Something's vibrating, but that kind of fixed it. That's not coming from the motor, that's just coming from the case, or the cage. Definitely a shaded pull motor. It uses a lot of power. And it is very powerful, even on low. I did balance the blade on this, and I oiled it when I got it because it was seized up and the blade was really off balance. So it's a lot better now. I'll do an amp draw test going up to high speed as soon as it's done spinning. Alright, here's high speed. 242 watts. Alright, on to the next one in line. And here's the Patton U2-1872. This is the 1970s version. And this one has a very large 5 amp General Electric shaded pull motor. And you can see it says 5 amps right there. Oil ports. 3 speeds. This one has multiple off positions, so you can start it up on high or start it up on low if you want. And of course it's got the triangular stand. Very nice blades. And a 3-prong plug on it. Cord is a decent length, but Pattons have always had short cords compared to the Lakewood high velocity fans. So let me start this up on low speed. Takes a little bit to get up to speed when it's on low. And unfortunately the grill is a little, or the badge is a little damaged, but I got another one I can show you that's not damaged. And there it is up to speed on low. This is probably the most powerful fan I own. Incredibly strong. 2.61 on low and 220 watts. So there's an example of what that badge is supposed to look like. Heating. This one spins really fast. Using a lot of power. And there's that other off position I was telling you about. So this one come to a stop. I think this has got to be one of the most powerful fans I own. I mean, I've got a lot that are really close, but this one's just on another level, I think. Okay, it's just about stopped. Let me do an amp draw test coming up to high. It's pretty impressive how much power this thing draws. Now there was another type of General Electric motor that came with these, and it had a silver colored end bell on it. It was like an HVAC grade motor, and I think it's also rated at 5 amps. It's about the same physical size as this one though. Alright, here's startup sound. Alright, up next we have that one. Now here's the next style. This is a U2-1887, and there were a couple that came before this one They had the same style blades, and they had Samsung motors as well. This one has a 2.6 amp Macmillan PSC motor. And I took that switch knob off of one of my little 12-inch Pattons, because the switch knob never came with this one. But yeah, I'll have to get a new one for that eventually. Triangular base, grounded cord, and yeah, this is another USA made fan. The motor does have oil ports, as you can see. This is another one that's extremely powerful. Here's high speed. Medium. And there's low. Nice and quiet on low speed. Still moving a lot of air. The blades on this are made of aluminum, so not quite as heavy as the older ones, but yeah, it still has a really good spin down time and a lot of blade pitch. Now I'm pretty sure that the blades on that one from the 50s right there are aluminum, and I think those are steel on the one from the 70s. Let's get our amp draw coming up to high speed. Now this is very similar in construction to my U220 Industrial. Obviously the blades are different on the Industrial one. It's got straight blades, but the grill is very, very similar. It's pretty much the same actually. Obviously the 20 inch is a little bigger, but it's got the same 2.6 amp Macmillan motor. Alright, here we go up to high. Now, unfortunately, I do not have one from the early 2000s. I would like to get one of those eventually, but we're going to go to the one from 2010. Alright, here's the 2010 version. Now, this is a major downgrade from the older ones. This thing didn't have much blade pitch at all from the factory, so I actually increased it, as you can see. And now it moves a lot more air and it's quieter on low speed and medium, but from the factory it was just unacceptable how loud and how little air it moved. So this one has a 1.5 amp PSC motor. There's our information. This is a U2-0018, and the stand goes together right there with a screw. There's a screw underneath this that goes in, and it's not the strongest stand. It's a little flimsy, and it's got these really crappy little screws on it. So this was definitely not their best one. The newer one is a lot better. So, but anyway, I'm going to unravel the cord and start this thing up. I also balanced the blade on this thing because it was kind of off balance, and there was some shipping damage to the grill that I fixed. And yeah, motor's not bad at all on this. It's got really good bearings. I've oiled it before. So let's go up to high speed. quite powerful now that the blade pitch is increased. And we're still pulling an acceptable amperage. Yeah, the increased blade pitch really improved the performance of this fan. I can feel it nice and strong all the way back here. Should have been like that from the factory. Medium. Still shakes. I think it shakes the most on medium speed. But it's a lot quieter, which is good. And here's low. Now, why they didn't do this from the factory, I don't know. Because this motor, like I said, is rated at 1.5 amps. Even that sticker right there, 1.5 amps. So, and it's still pulling less than what it's rated for. So I don't get why they didn't just increase the pitch from the factory. It really only shakes now on medium speed. Should take a decent amount of time to come to a stop because, like I said, I have oiled this. I think I've oiled it a couple times actually. Yep. Definitely has good bearings. Here's our amp draw coming up to high. And when it stops, we'll get a startup sound because this kind of has a neat sound. Like I said, I don't have one of the black bladed versions from the early 2000s, but I would like to get one of those eventually. And here's high. Alright, and I think we'll run the newest one again. And here again is the improved newer model. Badge is a bit different on this one than it is on that one. And again, it's sturdier than that one is. And the blade pitch is better, it's quieter. It's just a much better fan. Here we go with low. Actually, I'm just going to go straight up to high. It's nice and powerful. It's not as powerful as the USA made ones, but it's very close. So there you go, there's the newest one. Definitely an improvement over that one, that's for sure. Thanks for watching.